Hello and welcome back. I will continue with the poem Fire and Ice, and we were able to paraphrase the first four lines of the poem. A quick recapitulation. The poem revolves around the theme, how will the earth come to an end? The poet has two elements before him, fire and ice. The poet considers that it is not the natural calamity which is going to bring an end to the earth, but it would be the human emotions. How? The poet has not reflected upon that. In the first two lines, the poet stressed upon the fact that there are two sections of people who consider that world will come to an end. Some say that it would be fire and the others say ice. Who are these people? The poet does not know. In the next two lines, the poet says that he understands what desire is. He says that desire is a very powerful emotion, and it is this desire which can cause destruction of the world. And he says that he agrees with the people who consider desire to be a very destructive force. He says that desire for more, human beings' lust for food, for more money, for more power, for more land could cause destruction to this earth. Coming on to line 5. But if it had to perish twice. One idea is that the world will come to an end. Now the poet considers the idea of the world perishing twice. If we know that the world will end once, why do we have to worry about the second time? Well, that's the imagination of the poet. If the world will come to an end once, will there be anybody to witness the ending of the world the second time also? The poet says that if fire is more powerful, why wouldn't the world just end in fire twice? The poet considers that the hot emotions of desire are impulsive. That is the animal nature. That is the animal side of the nature, in which the human beings do not think, they just do. And that is why it will cause destruction, because we do not contemplate on our actions. But if it had to perish twice, then there has to be a more powerful feeling than desire. I think I know enough of hate to say that for destruction ice is also great. The speaker has earlier said that he has tasted desire, but now he claims that he has experienced hate, which is a cold emotion which can destroy things, which can destroy the world. Desire is associated with love, possession for more, whereas hate is the opposite of love. It is said that revenge is a dish best served cold. So when we talk about hate, when we talk about destructive ice, we are talking about cold indifference. We are talking about lack of compassion for others. The poet feels ice is just as powerful as fire. When it comes to destruction, ice has the same powerful force as the fire, and we do not know which is more destructive. Is it the burning desire which is going to bring an end to the world, or it would be the cold, icy feeling which is going to bring an end to the world? The poet doesn't know. The poet concludes with just one line, and that is, and would suffice. The idea that we do not know whether fire or ice is stronger, but the poet ends the poem to suggest that both these powerful forces are enough to bring destruction. Both of them are going to have the same effect. Once you destroy something, it is gone. For example, if you wanted to destroy a document, you set it on fire, the job's done. The same would be like you tear the paper into million pieces and you throw it into the air. An end is an end. So if it is desire or it is hate, both are going to bring this world to an end. A quick nutshell of the poem. The poet presents two different perspectives, fire versus ice. Both are equal forces of destruction which are enough for bringing an end to the world. No natural calamity, but it is the role of humans which will bring end of this earth, power of desire and power of hatred. The poetic devices involved. Some say. Repetition of the words at the beginning of the poem is anaphora. I hold those. A vowel sound again signifies that the poet agrees to those who feel fire will bring to an end. That's assonance. Children, if you would notice the structure of the poem, the last 4 lines, there are no punctuation marks. One line runs into the other. That's enjambment. The rhyme scheme AB, AA, BC, BCB. You can count the rhyming words. World will favor fire. That's alliteration. Repetition of the sounds. Again, overall, it's a symbolic poem which suggests fire to be symbolizing desire or the greed, and hatred symbolizes ice, cold indifference, lack of compassion. That brings an end to the poem, children. As I always say, connect, reflect and imagine. Today I would say consolidate. Whatever you do, whatever you read, consolidate it for a better future tomorrow. Till then, goodbye.